The celebration of Nigerian food, culture, and community will take place August 10th at Franklin Park. To tell us about the Igbo Cultural Day Festival are the president of the Igbo Organization of New England, Dr. Ejike Eze, and the chairman of the Nigerian Igbo Day Organizing Community, Chief Chuba Bon Chibueze. Thank you both for being with us.
Thank you,
Chris,
for having us.
I want to start with Dr. Eze. A lot of people might say, Igbo community, what is that? I mean, how does that fit into Nigeria? What's the story?
Thank you. Well, the Igbo people are one of the three largest groups in Nigeria. There are three main ethnic groups. The Igbo being one of them, the other is Yoruba, and then we have the Hausa. The Igbo people are predominantly in the southeast part of the country. There are about 7 states or so, but they are everywhere. They are in every country, every nation. They're, if there's life there, you'll find the Igbo people there. Very enterprising people, very smart, very accomplished in what they do. So here in the Commonwealth, we have quite a few Igbo people, a number of thousands, and so we come together every year to celebrate the culture.
Chief, can you tell us a little bit about how this festival got started?
So it's a celebration of Igbo people culture in New England. We've been doing this for years, but for the past 6 years, it has grown to a very, very big cultural festival. People from all over New England, from Connecticut, from Rhode Island, even from New York, Maine. Everybody congregate, they come down to Boston to celebrate Igbo culture. We have good food, cultural food. We have dancing. We have even masquerades. So we think that culture is the bedrock of every ethnic group. And we have young people here in New England that we want to pass on our culture and tradition to. They were born as Americans, but also we want them to be Igbos, the Indibo, we call it Indibo. So it's good for us to celebrate this culture every year, so they will learn from us, and also to maintain that tradition, to teach them what is it like in Nigeria. So we wear our native dresses, our cap, regalia, and we have some kind of competition for different cultural groups. They'll come, they'll showcase their culture in terms of dancing, in terms of singing, in terms of just doing like a fashion show, cultural fashion show. And at the end, we give prizes like first prize, second prize, third prize. So, like I said, it has grown, and we would like not just Igbos, but other ethnic groups to join us. We want Americans to join us. We want African Americans to join us. And also, we would like to attract the local politicians so they know that Igbo people are here to stay and a very good voting bloc. Thank you.
Yeah. Doctor, the chief is an architect, you're an entrepreneur, and so what's it like to stay, because you can sort of come back out with all of this traditional, whether it's the clothing or the music. How does it feel for you?
It feels good. It's all about identity, right? It's cultural identity. We want to make sure that we're promoting our culture, promoting our identity. We want to make sure that our children get to understand, what the culture is like, to live it. So what we do is really we replicate as much as possible the cultural values that we have back in Nigeria, back in Igbo land. We try to replicate that here. So it's a wonderful thing that we've been doing. In the past 6 years, as Bon said, we cannot change the way we did it. We opened it up to more people, and we have now begun to zero in on the core of our culture. And of course, it's a great day of fun for everybody, so we really enjoy doing it.
When you say the core, what do you mean?
Well, there are some critical things in every culture. There are things that people are known for. In the Igbo culture, for instance, one of the things that we value more than anything else is the way we come together as a people. You see a lot of dances. People celebrate every event. So we celebrate when a child is born, we celebrate when a child is given a name, we celebrate marriages, we celebrate everything. So coming together and having all this music and all this dance and artifacts and exhibitions to celebrate those things goes to the core of what makes us Igbo people.
Chief, on a sad note, I think I first got my inkling of that kind of coming together with the death of a cab driver in Boston. Do you remember anything about that? The way that people came together in the community?
There was a recent one?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yes, the cab driver was I think Igbo, was an Igbo person, but from a different area of in Igbo land. So that his death and touched, his murder touched a lot of our people. It touched our hearts. So because we already have the foundation, we already have the framework to get our people together, that kind of helped to galvanize people to come together to pay condolence to the family, and also help to organize the wake for the family, and also to help the children and wife that he left behind. So that's one aspect of our people coming together to help each other, not just to be happy and eat, but also to help each other when we're in need. So that's, I'm glad you got to know our people through, maybe it's a sad tragedy, but that will show you that our people usually come together and help each other.
This is BNN News, and we're talking about the Igbo Cultural Day Festival with Dr. Ejike Eze and Chief Chuba Bon Chibueze. Dr. Eze, I guess this is a festival that could also be for people outside your community.
Absolutely.
What's it like for them if they're coming into this for the first time?
That's a great question. So sometimes people think that, if you go to some of these African events, you wouldn't understand what they're saying, or you wouldn't understand the food and all that. That's not that. So we have 3 very capable masters of ceremonies that day. They will be speaking in English a lot of the time, because we know that we have a lot of guests coming in from outside who are not from our community. So everybody will be able to follow along. And of course, the food is out of this world. I mean, it's going to be spicy, it's going to be great, but people will enjoy it. So it doesn't matter where you come from. We want people to come down that day. We want especially the people in the Boston area to get to know the Igbo people, because these are great people, and we contribute a lot. So we want to get people to come and understand us a little bit more. So everybody will enjoy it.
And what time is this going to be exactly on the 10th?
This, we want our guests to start arriving no later than 11 a.m. We'll probably kick off right at noon, and this goes on until about 6, 7 p.m. in the evening.
Thank you both very much, Dr. Ejike Eze and Chief Chuba Bon Chibueze.